Hello everybody, how are you all? I hope you are all fine. Today we are going to learn about new chapter. Students, open your textbook at page number 94, chapter number 8, Sun, Moon and Eclipses. Now let us start with the mind map for the chapter. Sun, Moon and Eclipses. So hope you all know about sun. What do you mean by sun? Sun is a big ball of burning gases. Clear? Then moon. What do you know about moon? Moon is a heavenly body that orbits around the earth. Clear? Yes. Next, about eclipses. So what do you mean by eclipses? Phenomenon of occurrence of shadows of heavenly bodies in nature is said to be as eclipses. Clear? Again, it is further classified into two types, that is solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. So what do you mean by solar eclipse? Moon blocks the sunlight and casts its shadow on earth. Clear? Then lunar. Here earth blocks the sunlight and casts its shadow on moon. Clear? Yes. Now next thing is about different phases of moon. There are different phases of moon. So what are they? New moon, crescent moon, half moon, Gibbs moon and full moon. So let us learn one by one in detail in this chapter. Now let us start the chapter. The first topic is about the sun. Okay, so you all know the sun is a star. The sun is a star, isn't it? Yes. It appears as a big ball of hot burning gases. Clear? So it is mostly made up of hydrogen gas. Sun is mostly made up of hydrogen gas. Mostly means it's about 70%. Clear? Then in the sun, hydrogen is continuously changing into helium gas. Hydrogen will change into helium gas. Clear? So here hydrogen is changing into helium gas. So this process results in the emission of huge amount of energy in the form of light and heat. Clear? That's what hydrogen, which is changing to helium. Along with that, you are getting light and heat. The sun is responsible for the changes in the climate and weather of the earth, isn't it? Yes. The energy that we get from the sun is known as solar energy. So sun is the ultimate source of energy, isn't it? So that is solar energy, and that energy what we are receiving from the sun is said to be as solar energy. Clear, children? Yes. So children, the next topic is about the moon. Okay. So what do you know about moon? The moon is a heavenly body that orbits around the earth. It's a heavenly body that orbits around the earth. Clear? Then therefore it is known as the natural satellite of the earth. So that's why it is also said to be as natural satellite of the earth. So what do you mean by satellite? Satellite is an object that revolves around the planet, isn't it? Yes. So here the moon orbits the earth at a distance of about 3,84,400 kilometers. The moon orbits the earth at a distance of about 3,84,400 kilometers. It's the closest neighbor of earth in space. The moon appears as a dry grey colored ball of rock. Clear, children? Yes. Yes, children. Now let us learn about the size of the moon. The size of the moon. The size of the moon is about a quarter the size of the earth. The size of the moon is about a quarter the size of the earth. Moon is made up of 3 layers. What are they? Core, crust and mantle. Clear? It does not have its own light. You all know moon does not have its own light. But it shines, isn't it? It shines because it reflects the sunlight that falls on its surface. It shines because it reflects the sunlight that falls on its surface. It is the second brightest object in the sky after the sun. The second brightest object in the sky after the sun. Clear, children? Yes. So children, now let us learn about phases of the moon. So there are different phases of moon, like half moon, full moon, Gibbs moon, new moon and all. So let us learn about that. First, you must know the moon revolves around the earth for every 27.3 days. The moon revolves around the earth for every 27.3 days. Then it also rotates around its own axis. It also rotates around its own axis. So it will revolve and rotate. Clear? Then the time period of revolution and rotation of the moon are almost same. So for doing both revolution and rotation, the time taken will be the same. Thus, the same side of the moon is always facing the earth. The same side of the moon is always facing the earth. The part of the moon that faces the sun is lit up by the sun. So it is receiving the light from the sun. Different portions of the moon are illuminated by the sun at different times during its rotation. So when the moon is getting rotated, at that time different portions of the moon are illuminated by the sun. These illuminated portions appear to change shape when viewed from the earth. So this seems to be as moon which is having different shape. These illuminated portions appear to change shape when viewed from the earth. These changing shapes of the moon are known as phases of the moon. Clear, children? Yes. Yes, children. Now let us learn about the first phase, that is new moon. So what do you know about new moon? In this phase, the illuminated side of the moon is away from the earth. It is away from the earth. The side of the moon is away from the earth. The side of the moon facing the earth receives no sunlight. It receives no sunlight, and hence it cannot be seen from the earth. So that's why we cannot see the appearance of moon. And this phase is called the new moon. This phase is called the new moon. Clear? Next is about crescent moon. What is this? A small portion of the moon can be seen from the earth. A small portion of the illuminated side of the moon is facing towards the earth, and that's why a small portion of the moon can be seen from the earth, and it is called crescent moon. Clear? Next is about half moon. So what do you mean by half moon? When half portion of the illuminated side of the moon is facing towards the earth, we can see a half of the moon from the earth, and it is called half moon. So we can see half of the moon from the earth, and that's why it is called as half moon. Clear, children? Yes. Yes, children. Now the next phase is about Gibbs moon. What is this Gibbs moon? When a large portion of the illuminated side of the moon is facing towards the earth, we can see a large portion of the moon from the earth. So when a large portion of the illuminated side of the moon is facing towards the earth, we can see a large portion of the moon, and that is called Gibbs moon. Clear, children? Yes. Next is about full moon. What is that? Full moon. So here the entire portion of the illuminated side of the moon faces towards the earth. So here you can see a perfect round. In this stage you can see a perfect round moon, and that is called as full moon. Clear, children? That's what. So the phases of the moon reverse after the full moon. Again it will start with new moon. Okay. The time period between two full moons is about 29.5 days. That's what. The time period between the two full moons is about 29.5 days. Children, now the next topic is about formation of eclipses. Formation of eclipses. So here the earth and the moon cast their shadow on each other. The earth and the moon cast their shadow on each other. The phenomenon of the occurrence of shadows of the heavenly bodies in nature are called eclipses. Clear? So further it is classified into two types, that is solar and lunar eclipse. So let us learn one by one. So now let us learn about solar eclipse. So what is this? Here, during the motion of the moon around the earth, the moon sometimes comes between the sun and the earth. So here in this solar eclipse, moon comes between the sun and the earth. The moon blocks the sunlight and casts its shadow on the earth. The moon blocks the sunlight and casts its shadow on the earth. That is said to be as solar eclipse. Clear, children? Yes. Yes, children. Now about solar eclipse. So you can see the picture. Here you can see sun, and the moon is in between sun and earth, isn't it? Yes. So you can see the core region, that is umbra, and the side region as penumbra, isn't it? Yes. So here in the solar eclipse, the sunlight is completely blocked. The sunlight is completely blocked and the sun is completely hidden by the moon. So the sunlight is also blocked and the sun is also hidden by the moon, and it is called a total solar eclipse. That's what said to be as a total solar eclipse. Then, when the sunlight is partially blocked by some part of the sun, when the sunlight is partially blocked by some part of the sun, it can be seen, then it is called as partial solar eclipse. Partial solar eclipse. So generally, solar eclipse is seen during the daytime. Clear, children? So here in this solar eclipse, moon will be in between sun and the earth. Moon will be in between sun and the earth. Clear? That's what about solar eclipse. Now let us learn about lunar eclipse. So you can see the picture. Here you can see sun and earth and moon. And here in this lunar eclipse, earth is in between sun and moon. Earth is in between sun and moon. So let us learn about that. A lunar eclipse occurs when the earth comes between the sun and the moon in a straight line. In a straight line. All sun, moon and earth will be in a straight line. The earth blocks the sunlight and casts its shadow on the moon. This is called lunar eclipse. Clear, children? Yes. Children, when the sunlight is completely blocked by the earth, the moon is completely hidden by the shadow of the earth, and that is called as total lunar eclipse. It is called total lunar eclipse. Then, when the shadow of the earth partially covers the moon and some part of the moon can be seen from the earth, it is called a partial lunar eclipse. Clear, children? So a lunar eclipse occurs at night. So that's what about lunar eclipse. Children, now the next topic is about artificial satellite. So what is this artificial satellite? Artificial satellite are man-made objects that orbit the earth. They are man-made objects that orbit the earth. So what is the purpose of this? These are launched into the space using rockets. First, they are launched into the space using rockets. So these artificial satellites are used for various purposes, like for navigation, for weather forecasting, for communication satellites. It is utilized for various purposes. So now you can see the picture for artificial satellite, isn't it? Yes. So here the first artificial satellite Sputnik 1 was launched by the Soviet Union in 1957. Clear? So we are using this artificial satellite for various purposes like navigation. Navigation satellites are used to provide accurate location. So this type of navigation satellite, it is used here to find out accurately the location of a place or something. So the global positioning system, that is GPS in short, is a satellite based navigational system which is made up of a network of 24 satellites. So the GPS is made up of 24 satellites. It can be used to find out the exact location of a GPS receiver anywhere on the earth. Clear, children? Yes. So here again they are using this artificial satellites to study the earth and other planets also. The next usage is weather forecasting. So here this is done by studying the pictures taken by the weather satellites. These satellites are also used to predict natural calamities such as earthquakes, cyclones and flood. Clear? Next thing is about communication satellites. Communication satellites are used for radio, television, phone and internet transmission. So they are using this type of satellite for various purposes like navigation, to study Earth and other planets, weather forecasting and communication satellites and all. Clear children? Yes. Yes children, now let us learn about space travel. Okay, here the development in science and technology has enabled human beings to go into and explore space. A special vehicle called spacecraft. To travel in space, they are having a special vehicle called spacecraft or space shuttle is required to travel into space. A person who is trained to travel in a spacecraft is called astronaut. Clear children? Yes. There is no air and gravity in space. To protect astronauts from the harsh conditions in space, they wear special suit called space suits. Clear children? Yes. Yes children, now we learned about spacecraft and space shuttle and all, isn't it? Yes. Here in 1967, Yuri Gagarin of Russia became the first human to go into space, and then Neil Armstrong. He became the first human to set his foot on the moon in 1969, and then 1963 Valentina became the first woman to go into space. Then Sunita Williams of Indian origin holds the record for the longest space flight by a woman and most spacewalk time by a woman. Clear children? Yes. Yes children, now an activity for you all. So here I have taken two persons' weight, that is x1 is equal to 60 kg and x2 is equal to 62 kg, 66 kg, 60 and 66. So here they are in this kg in earth. Okay, so now we are going to find the same person weigh when they are in moon. How much they will weigh on the moon. So how much they will? So here you have to divide it by 6. You have to divide by 6. Clear? So the first person x1, that is 60 divided by 6, that is 10 kg. So x1 will be 10 kg on the moon, and x2, that is 66 divided by 6, that is 11 kg. So he will be 11 kg. x2 will be 11 kg on the moon. Clear children? Yes. In the same way, you are going to find out the weight for your family members, and then you are going to find out how much they will weigh on the moon. They will weigh on the moon. So you are going to find out, and then you are going to forward in your class email ID. Clear children? Yes. So with this, we have come to an end of this chapter. After watching the video, learn and practice well. Thank you all.